This is quite rare, and I totally enjoy it when I'm introduced 2, 3 times to come in on stage. It's my pleasure. In fact, every time I'm introduced, I wonder, are they talking about me? You know that feeling when a teacher or boss calls your name and you start looking back? I have that feeling when I'm introduced to come on the stage. Because if I look at my resume gives me that feeling. Is it mine? Are they talking about me? Such glorious titles, impossible achievements, fancy words. And I start wondering, is that resume mine? Because honestly, our resume hardly says anything about us. Not something which truly we believe who we are. You must be feeling that when you look at your resume and say, is that my resume? Because if you look at it, our resume is an impersonal document. It's transactional, it's cold, it hides the real me and the real you. And what is the price we pay? We end up in wrong jobs. And we get judged for who we are not. I've been there. When my daughter was just 1.5 years old, and I was jobless. I was directionless. Can you believe what you feel like a father when your daughter is, and that's Vama. Isn't she damn cute? She was nameless for 3 days. Then I found this beautiful name. But it was absolutely unsettling. I had done 7 jobs in 7 years when she was born. I started as an education researcher. I went into corporate communications. I quit that to become copywriter. I shifted to academics. I came back to creative. I left that soon after to get into marketing communication. Every 5 months, I used to get restless and I used to be quitting the job. It was same pattern repeating one after another. I had doubts, I had confusion, I was at crossroads. I was lost. I was lost in my impersonal resume. I did not know what to do. My fancy resume did not get me jobs, and the jobs which was coming, I did not want it. That's the place I was in. But why do we have this? I want to ask you, why do we make this fancy resume which doesn't truly represent us? You see, the problem is not ours. It's the way world expects us to show up. We want authenticity, but the world is designed for deception. We want reality, but the world is increasingly becoming hyper-competitive and artificial. So what do? Let's put our profile into AI, actually create profile which is not ours, entirely fabricated profiles, somewhere phantom certificates, almost inflated titles, ghost skills, AI-generated images. We are digging ourselves into much more pretentious profiles. In fact, if you look at it, our resume and our social media profile is exactly similar. Says nothing about who we truly are. What do? If we don't play this game, will we succeed? But actually you can. Not only succeed, maybe you can thrive. I am the proof. The jobless father grew to become a CEO. What is the secret for that? There is no secret. We need to get out of the prison of impersonating our resume. We need to own our personal resume. What is a personal resume? Very simply put, it became my story. It became a script which guides my thoughts, my emotions, my choices, everything which I do in life. And I can tell you that whoever I've shared this thought with have seen significant impact in the growth and success of their life. I feel that if you too build your personal resume, it will have great impact on your growth and your success of your life. What is personal resume? Personal resume is not a mantra, it's not a formula. It's basically a document shaped by your reflections. It evolves as you do. It's something about self-expression. It tells you what drives you, what's your motivation, what do you stand for, what's your deal breaker. It tells you what's your master story. It is something which you develop by self-reflecting on yourself. And if you unlock your personal resume, I can guarantee that you can have much better success and much better sense of who you want to be, what kind of work you want to do. And I want to make sure I share this with you so that you're not quitting jobs like me, I did, and God forbid, don't have kids and be jobless. What I've done today for this talk, in the interest of time, I have crunched the entire workshop which I do in few reflections. Are we ready to just build some resume? Let's go for it. What do you care for? It all begins with what do you care for? If you care for something deeply, you will follow it. What are you angry about in this world? What are you excited about? Do you care for mental health? Do you care for eradicating hunger? What exactly do you care about? I care about living my true self. I care about using creativity to make a difference. Second, what are you good at? Very easy to ask, very difficult to answer this one. We all go through it, right? I've gone through it. I will share what helped me arrive at this. When I started thinking about it, I said, why do friends call me for? Why do clients call me for? Why do family call me for? When do they call me for? When it is hard, what do they call me for? What do they thank me for? If you ask these questions, you'll get it. I'm good at being calm in the chaotic place. I'm great at bringing humor in the heavy world and inspiring others to think beyond convention. Let's go to the third reflection. Your turning point. I'm not asking any sob story. I'm not asking any tragedy. We don't have to have one. I'm asking about a realization moment. A moment which made you say, hey, hold on for a moment. The penny drops. My realization, which I shared with you early in the talk, my daughter, when she was born, I was jobless. I said, what's happening with me? Why am I quitting jobs after jobs? And that's when I realized that I need to get out of the prison of resume. I need to have my own personal vision. That's the third one, to look at your personal resume. Fourth, how do you show up? How do you show up when the families are there? How do you show up when you meet your friends? How do you show up in your team? Just ask this question. When you ask these questions, you will get the answer. And what do you bring over there, right? When I show up as my true self. And I am the authentic guy, playful. I'm always trusted for calling the elephant in the room. People say, he must call out, he will do that. That's how I show up. Next, this is the most important one. What are you building? I have always seen, since childhood, we are asked who we want to become. Where do you see yourself 3 years from now, 5 years from now? I don't think they are real answers. Ask yourself, if I meet you at the airport or railway station, after 3 years, how should I introduce you? What kind of life you want to build? What kind of person you want to become? I am building a life today where I want to help brands and people discover their story. I'm looking at a life where I use creativity to build value for communities and for businesses. That's what I am doing. You see that? Suddenly you see the person, not the CEO. You see the heart behind the expertise. You see the person and the heart completely over here, which is what drives me. You see my fear, my strengths, who I am. And that's what personal resume is all about. But hold on, does it look like it's all bullshit because it's my story? It's very easy to come on a stage and start talking about your story. And I've done it so many times, I'm tired of it myself. But let's look at what's happening. If you look at the data points, yeah? If you go to the next slide, the Harvard Business Review talks about it. Your personal success, professional success depends on making people see your value beyond skills and titles. If you go to the next slide, in fact, if you looked at the LinkedIn survey, which talks about, right? It says there are skills listed on your resume, but what actually makes people follow you and believe in you is your story, your presence, your value systems. These are true things today where we are upskilling mindlessly. Everybody is enrolling into some AI courses without realizing what's their personal resume. And I'm here to today inspire you to do that, right? See, the timing is just right for personal resume whose idea has just come, yeah? I think if you go back to the 5 reflections, the previous slide, this is what it is. I've crunched it. Please try to think about it. I'll be really, really, really inspired to see this coming alive for a lot of us. Yeah? Go ahead. This is what I want to leave you with. Titles and skills are just word on the resume, right? It's just a word on the page. But your value systems, your personal resume is what will put you on stage. Thank you very much.